Sean is fishing.
Well, ready for some fishing. Hey, what's up everyone? Hey, I'm at Lake Oroville. It's February, what's it, 11th? So do some pre-fishing today for my Yak-a-Bass tournament, which is next Saturday on the 18th. I've been to Oroville for a while. You look behind me. I'm at the spillway ramp. No one here except for one other guy. But there is a Wild West teams tournament going on right now. Water looks pretty nice. Pretty stoked. Let me show you what the water color looks like if you can see it. I'm walking out on the dock, so if you follow those white lines down right there, going out a little bit, still has a little bit of color, still pretty clear though. Let's go get some fish. Stick. Oh, that's a fish. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Woohoo! So, I'm tangled up and I got a fish on it. Look at this. This is crazy. This is a mess. I got all snagged up tangled up in my reel. I want to hand line this guy in. Fat that son of a gun is. Look at that. Look at that. Hooker's getting ready to come out. Good fish. Over 14, probably. Good. Pond smelt. Alright, let's go and wrap up my practice. There's a lot of boats out there today due to the Wild West teams tournament today. Ran into a couple of my fellow Yak-a-Bass peeps. Ryan and Chris were out there fishing. They had a limit. So, caught fish on that dart head. Caught that big one, which was pretty cool. It's the biggest bass I ever caught at Oroville. Caught the other one on a dart head. That thing was in like 11 feet of water. Had a couple other bites. Didn't get to fish too long. Got some other things I got going on, so I had to get off the water early. So I went all the way into Potter's. Saw some fish on a rock pile there. I might look at that again the day before the tournament. I'm definitely going to continue to work the main body in my next day of practice. So we'll stay at it. Alright, this is day 2 of practice. Just launched out a lime saddle. Haven't fished up here since early 2000s, back when I had my boat. Had a lot of success up here. There's always fish, it seems like. Trying to mix it up, and hopefully after today I will determine where I'm going to fish on tournament day. Let's go catch some fish. Alright, so I was having a little GoPro problems when I launched out a lime saddle. So I'm going to try to give you the best information I can for that second day of practice. So I got my Lowrance hooked up and I got the GPS, so I'll check this out. So I launched out of Lime Saddle. This area here, all through the boats, all the way to the bridge, didn't catch anything on those points either. These 2 points here, the one on the bottom in there, I caught fish on. There was a big school there, and above it, there was another school there. And I caught one fish in that spot there. Continued on towards the North Fork, towards the main river channel. Up here in this creek, this point right here in the middle had a bunch of fish on it as well. They are really shallow. All those points there, the fish were all about 11 to 12 feet deep. The other spot where I caught a fish is right here, the boating campground here. As you can see, there's some big boulders and rock piles here. Those fish, again, these fish were all shallow, 15 feet or less. Caught another fish here as Hey, good morning. It's tournament day, Yak-a-Bass, Lake Oroville. So I launched out of Loafer today. Didn't want to practice and went out of Spillway, caught that big largemouth and a couple other ones, graphed a little bit of fish. Wasn't super impressed, so went out of Lime Saddle yesterday for practice. Graphed spots that were loaded with fish, and can only get like 3 to bite. You can see all the fish down there, they just weren't biting for whatever reason. So I'm going to roll the dice and try all new water today. So we'll see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna go over my Oroville tournament. So ended up 36th place out of 120. So that shows you how tough the bite actually was. We had a lot of good fishermen. We always get a big turnout for Yak-a-Bass, bring out some of the best guys in the West fishing. You know, with just 3 fish in 36th place, you know, I'm not super disappointed. You know, you always want to, you know, get top 10 or something, but, you know, I stuck to my plan. You know, launched out of the spillway for practice, day 1. Found fish, you know, wasn't super happy. I knew the bite has been tough. I was hoping to find something better. Went out a lime saddle. Again, sorry about the technical difficulties I had with my GoPro, but found more schools of fish there. They were stacked up on some of those points. Like, there's a lot of fish. Just couldn't get them to go. It was pretty tough, so I decided to roll the dice, go up the South Fork. You know, it was caught a couple there, caught the other one. The third one was out in the main body. Even went towards the spillway, fished one of my spots there from a week ago. There were still fish on that rocky point. I just couldn't get them to bite. It was tough. After seeing what some of the other guys did that were successful in the tournament, some of the top 10 guys, a lot of them were fishing deep, and, you know, all the way out to maybe 70 feet or so. And Oroville is one of the first places that I've learned to fish deep, fishing down like 80 feet or so, 60, 80 feet, with like 1 ounce jigs, heavy drop shots or something, and fishing real slow. And, you know, I just was being stubborn, didn't make the right changes during game day, but, you know, that's how fishing goes. You know, we always learn when we're out there on the water. And let me go over this stuff. Nothing super crazy. Caught the drop shot fish on 4-inch morning dawn. All my dart head fish, even in practice, were on the people's worm. I was throwing the 6-inch one. I was throwing it on a 3/16 ounce dart head, and this is a 1/0 hook. I prefer the smaller hook on it. The 3/0 hooks, the shank comes down a little lower, so I think you get a little more action out of it. And with a spotted bass, sometimes to come up a little short with it, you just, as soon as you feel the bite, just let them eat it. They hold on to these plastics super duper long. You know, I kind of challenge you next time you're on the water, if you're just fun fishing and you get bit on a plastic worm, see how long they hold on to it before they let go, and you'll be amazed how long they hold on to these. As for rod, I'm using a Dobbins Champion 701. I've caught a lot of big fish on this rod. I love using this for dart head, drop shot. I also use this for my Neds also. Super cool rod, check them out. So, you know, we're always learning on the water. One of the things I've definitely learned out there, you know, I had to make adjustments, and I was just being stubborn, trying to chase that shallow bite, and the fish just weren't, these weren't active. There's some up there, but I think the majority of the fish were still out in that deeper water. But hey, that's how fishing goes. Hey, next Yak-a-Bass tournament is going to be on Folsom Lakes next month. Folsom in March is really good. I'm real stoked about that. It should be a good tournament. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the water.
Very smart.
Freestyle Fishing Cali.
Every single day, I'm gonna make